What if I told you that 2 weeks ago I tried a manifestation meditation from a book that was written in the 80s and $5,000 showed up in my bank account? And the weirdest part is I completely forgot that I even tried to manifest it. During the many years of my research about manifestation, I stumbled upon so many books, but one stood out to me. It is called Creating Money and Attracting Abundance by Sanaya and Duane Parker. This is not sponsored, by the way. I genuinely love this book. A few weeks ago, I did a meditation from this book and I didn't really take it seriously. I just did it and moved on. Then a couple of weeks later, I realized I had money coming in from a couple of different sources and it accumulated up to $5,000. And I'm gonna explain exactly where it came from at the end of this video. And this is what inspired me to film this because it made me realize something really important about manifestation. I ended up finding this book when I was researching trance meditation, and they actually have an incredible book on trance meditation that actually worked for me a while back. But this isn't what I want to focus on right now. For this video, obviously, I want to focus on this book. And the particular thing I love about this book is that it's so easy to read. Some books on manifestation, they can be quite hard to follow and read, but this one, it's such a quick and easy read. This is why it's perfect for beginners. If you just maybe discovered the concept of manifestation, I highly recommend you read this book. And it has not just one, but multiple different meditations geared toward manifestation. You can manifest one thing, you can manifest a person, you can manifest a group of people. I'm actually considering using that meditation to manifest a bigger following. So I'm not gonna make you wait any longer. I'm gonna tell you exactly what the technique is, and I'm gonna give you some details about it to kind of understand why we're doing these things. First of all, the meditation emphasizes the importance of the solar plexus chakra. It's positioned right here, right around your belly button. And this chakra is associated with confidence, personal power, and our feeling of deserving. Our sense of deserving is heavily connected to those things that I just went over. For example, people who feel powerless around money, they tend to stay in that energy of scarcity when it comes to money. So working with this meditation, it almost trained me to feel like it's safer to receive. So the first step of the technique involves relaxing, laying down, maybe sitting up, and visualizing what it is that you want very clearly. Since this meditation is in text in a book, I personally recorded it for myself with music, and I highly recommend you guys do that too because you can't really memorize the steps. The meditation is a few pages long. For me, I specifically imagined the $5,000, and in the meditation you visualize this spiral of energy going down to your solar plexus. And if you think about your desire, what you want to manifest, you should think, how big should the spiral be in order for me to receive this desire? And this would come from your intuition. So you already know how big the spiral should be. And then you imagine that desire getting into that spiral and kind of spiraling down, almost like it's going down a slide. And don't think about where it's coming from. Just let it absorb into your solar plexus chakra. That's it. That's the whole meditation. It sounds super quick when I describe it, but still, I recommend that you get the book and you read about it and you actually record yourself saying the meditation because it's much more intentional and you put in more time and energy into it, which makes it more powerful. And this is what is the most important thing that I got from this whole occurrence. Not even just meditation, this whole me doing that and receiving my manifestation is because due to me not taking this meditation seriously, I forgot forgot about it. I forgot I even did it. So I wasn't thinking about it. I wasn't obsessing about it. I wasn't trying to figure out where the money would come from. And this is what I believe helped me receive the money and be open to receiving my manifestation. And how can we be open? How can we forget about a manifestation? And I believe first it's being busy. When you're busy with something else, you're not thinking about something you did, possibly. And the second is having a rich life that's filled with experiences. You know, take some time to meet with the people that you love, to meet new people, to have new experiences. Do something new every week or every other week. Because when your life is consistently the same every single week, when you're trying to add something new to it, it seems gigantic. It seems so grand. Ooh, I wonder where that money is gonna come from. And by doing that, we usually interfere with our manifestations. So I believe one of the keys to manifesting these amazing great things is to already be doing things that you love, things that you enjoy. When was the last time you did something that you truly loved, even if it was as a kid? Another thing that I love that this book mentions is that abundance is our natural state, meaning that if we just let go of the resistance, of the wondering how it's gonna happen, or feeling like we don't deserve it, or feeling like that never happens to us, then that's when we receive. Abundance is like a river, and all we're doing is blocking the flow by certain things that we do. I actually have a video on a few things, I think it's 9 things that we do that block our manifestations. And if you'd like, you can go watch that now. I'll link it in the description. And a lot of us throughout our lives, we develop these beliefs. A lot of us believe that we have to work hard for our desires. You know, some of us have these conditioned belief that if I receive $10,000, I would have to work harder than I ever have in my life. I might even get hurt. Then I would be deserving of that $10,000. And all of those things, they might be preventing our manifestations from coming into us. And one thing that we can do to effectively remove those blocks is do shadow work. It's basically a technique when you go within and you write down what you believe in. You write down something like, if I make $20,000 a month, then it will come out of you. Something like, I might not have time for my family. I might be too busy making money. I might have no energy for anything else. Or I'm probably working a job that I hate. I'll probably make a more in-depth video about shadow work, but for now, I'll just tell you where the money came from. It was 2 sources. The first one was one of my old jobs sent me my PTO that was left over, and I didn't even realize I had leftover PTO. And another source is my tax return was higher than it was supposed to be for some reason. And you put together these sources and they made roughly $5,000. Again, it's not gonna be the same, but it's just beautiful how that happened perfectly and aligned. And I just want to tell you a quick story about the same meditation. You know, I received that money and then I tried to do this meditation again. This time it was for a job that I interviewed. So I wanted to manifest getting this job. So I imagined it going down the spiral, and the second it hit my body, my solar plexus, I had this tiny bit of pain in my heart, and it just made me feel like, what was that? I was wondering, what does it mean? It has to be significant. I was wondering if it's something good or bad. And then guess what? I did not get the job. And this just goes to say that we're not meant to manifest everything we're trying to manifest, because that job probably was not part of my path. It was not for me. Maybe I would not have a good time at that job, but that just goes to show that we're not meant to have everything that we want. And sometimes it's not for us to know why, it just is the way it is. And I'd love for you to hear about my favorite water manifestation method. If you'd like to know how to do it, all you need is a cup of water. You can watch this video. Thanks for watching and have a great day.